Okay, good morning everyone and welcome to our last discussion for the midterms. Okay, so for today we will be discussing additional three methods dun sa solution natin for first order differential equation. And this discussion will tackle yung tinatawag nating integrating factor. So with this, we will start with exact equations and then linear and Bernoulli equations. So itong mga methods na to are somehow very ano siya no parang may algorithm tayong sinusunod or step in order to get yung ating desired answer. So once na ma-follow natin yung step, definitely makukuha natin yung required answer natin. Okay? So to start, let us recall or go muna doon sa magiging outline ng ating study for this morning. First is yung sa exact equation. So we need to test yung exactness ng differential equation natin. And then we will continue with linear equation. And then what is Bernoulli equation? So si Bernoulli and linear are somehow connected kasi parang katulad siya sa homogeneous equation natin na once you satisfy yung general form niya, ang next solution niya is linear equation din. So parang doon sa homogeneous natin, after natin ma-identify na homogeneous equation nga siya or function, ang kasunod na step natin is separation of variable din yung solution natin. So parang ganun din yung sa Bernoulli and linear. Kaya pinagsama ko siya in discussion. Okay? And our outcome for today are as follows. Number one is to introduce and differentiate to you yung different integrating factor methods available. No? And then next is to demonstrate how to test the exactness ng differential equation. Next, to transform and solve differential equations in their linear and Bernoulli form. And then to solve differential equation problems using the appropriate integrating factor method na pwede natin gamitin or based dito sa tatlong i-discuss natin. Okay? So to recall, based from our discussion, no, we already finished yung two methods which are yung separation of variables and homogeneous functions. Okay? So for today, we will be discussing exact equation, linear equation, and then yung isa sa additional methods natin which is yung Bernoulli equation. Okay? As I've said previously, when I handle yung differential equation before, lahat ng methods na to na-discuss namin, no? So, you can imagine yung exam nila, medyo mas ano, no? Mas mas malawak yung scope kasi lahat ng method na to ina-apply or kukuha lang ako ng isang method dito sa lahat ng to tapos yun yung i-apply nila. So, ngayon, I opt not to discuss yung mga ibang methods kasi minsan si student hindi nila mas nahihirapan silang i-digest yung mga basic methods kapag dinadagdagan ng mga additional no na methods. Pero if you want again discussion for this, I have this a video, separate video na for that na I will include na lang doon sa ating Neo LMS later, no? Kasi since pinag-uusapan na natin yung integrating factor, I can now upload yung ibang methods available, no? So again, lahat ng methods na to, meron po akong discussion yan. Pero for today, we will just be discussing yung naka-highlight o yung naka-bold dito, yung number 1, 4, and 5 natin, which are exact equation, linear equation, and Bernoulli equation. Okay? So let's define first yung tinatawag nating integrating factor. So an integrating factor is a function by which an ordinary differential equation can be multiplied in order to make it integratable, no? So there are cases that our differential equation na yung ano nga yung standard form ng differential equation natin, if you can recall, ano yung standard form ng differential equation natin? We have yung m in terms ng xy dx plus n in terms of xy dy is equals to 0. Okay? And then, once upon checking, halimbawa, hindi gumagana sa separation of variables, sa homogeneous equation, hindi dito sa homogeneous, ano? So, what will you do? So, this is the time to use an integrating factor or a multiplier to to make your function solvable. Okay? So kaya ang gagawin natin, meron tayong minumultiply ngayon na tatawagin natin I. Okay? Which is ito yung tinatawag nating integrating factor. Okay? The integrating factor yung tinatawag sa kanya, once na you multiply that quantity or that function, magiging integratable na. Kasi nga, ang goal natin, yung ginagawa natin sa previous discussions natin, to arrive with the required equation, kailangan natin i-integrate para mawala yung dx and dy na quantity, no? So, ganun yung nangyayari. Kaya kailangan natin multiply siya ng integrating factor. So, as mentioned here, we have 6 methods in solving for the integrating factor. Actually, yung first, yung exact equation is a primer or an introductory topic to be able to understand yung 5 remaining methods. Okay? So, doon muna tayo sa exact equation and then we will go do sa linear equation and Bernoulli equation. Okay? So, now let's start with exact equation. Okay? So, let's start agad-agad na para kasi tatlong method to, it will consume talaga very extensive time, no, to solve or to demonstrate to you how to use this. Okay? So, let's go first with exact equation. So for the exact equation, we need to test for the exactness of the differential equation. And we can do that by considering yung main, yung main form ng differential equation natin. So ibig sabihin, before we can start solving for exactness, kailangan gawin natin siyang in form na dx dy na ganito, no? Mdx plus ndy. So di ba yung mga given natin minsan, naka-y prime siya, okay? Tapos a certain function. So pag ganun yung given sa atin, we need to change it into the general form muna, no? And then, if yung m and n natin are continuous function, ang necessary or sufficient condition ng differential equation should satisfy na exact dapat siya. And how can we test na exact siya? Dapat daw, kapag kinuha natin yung m values, no, kung ano man yung function ng m, and then dinerive natin siya o pinartial derivative natin in terms ni y. So, ano ibig sabihin ng partial derivative? So, ibig sabihin lahat ng hindi, kung halimbawa to, naka-partial y siya, yung independent variable niya ay y, so lahat ng x dun sa equation na yun, treated as constant. Okay? Kaya partial derivative ang tawag sa kanya. So, sabihin lahat lang ng may y, yung i-differentiate mo. Okay? Dapat daw yung differentiation nun ay equals to sa derivative o partial derivative ng value ng n na meron ka with respect to x naman. Okay? So, to demonstrate that, let's have a simple equation muna to have a grasp, no, kung ano yung ginagawa natin. So, let's say we have 2xy plus x dx plus x squared plus y dy is equals to 0. So, ano yung value ng m in this equation?
2xy plus x po.
Okay, so, syempre ito, no, yung may kasamang dx, yan na yung m natin, ito yung n natin. Okay? And to test for the exactness, kailangan yung partial derivative ng m at n with respect dun sa mga variables na to should be equal. So, ang una daw is si partial ni m with respect to partial ni y. Okay? So, ito yung ano natin, no? 2xy plus x. So, pag dinerive natin, 2xy, anong derivative ni 2xy kung treated as constant si 2x? Kung treated as constant yung x natin, sulat ko nga muna. M is equals to 2xy plus x. Okay? So, kung iti-treat natin as constant si x, so parang ito yung coefficient ni y plus x. So, ano yung magiging partial derivative ni m with respect to y? What do you think?
2y po.
2y? So, ito is as constant. So, kung constant yan, para mangyayari dito is 2x times 1 mula doon sa exponent ni y y minus 1 times 1. Okay? Plus, yung x, since constant nga yung treatment natin sa kanya, that is equals to 0. So yung partial derivative ni m with respect to y is, ano lang, 2x lang siya. Okay? Again, treated as constant si x. Kung ano yung independent variable mo doon sa partial derivative, as ina-assume mo siyang constant. Okay? Ngayon, doon sa kabila, n is equals to x squared plus y. Ngayon, ang kukunin natin is partial ni n with respect to x. So, si y naman yung constant. What will be our derivative?
2x. 2x.
2x plus 0 or 2x. No? Okay? So, kailangan daw i-check natin na si partial ni m with respect to y and partial ni n with respect to x are equal to be able to identify na exact yung equation natin. And we can see na they are indeed equal. Therefore, yung differential equation natin is exact. Okay? So, pag exact siya, may next step ka nang gagawin. Okay? But before we go there, meron po bang gusto i-clarify dito muna sa partial differentiation natin? Okay tayo? Alright? Okay. So, once you determine na exact yung equation nga natin, we proceed with the next step. No? That is, meron tayong step na susundin to solve for the exact equation. No? Exact equation na yung tawag natin sa kanya. So, dito, kapag nakuha natin siya, isa-set down natin na yung m value natin equal siya sa partial of x, partial of f with respect sa partial of x. Okay? So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Ako ang what I would like to use kapag ditong ganitong cases, kasi pwedeng dalawang solusyon no? Pero ito ang sinusunod ko, no? Kapag halimbawa exact na siya, ang unang step na gagawin ko, isusulat ko na kagad itong integral of df o yung function, derivative ng integral of d ng function is equals to integral of mdx plus phi y, wherein yung phi y is yung constant of integration. Okay? Then once na nakuha mo na ito na yung sinulat mo, yung m value mo dun sa previous slide natin, isa-substitute mo lang doon. Okay? Then once na na-substitute mo siya, ang ipa-perform mong kasunod is pa-perform mo yung partial, 'di ba? 'Di ba nakaganto siya? Kung naka-integrate siya, kailangan i-perform mo yung kanyang integration. So, kukunin mo yung value ni f. Okay? And then, kasunod, kukunin mo naman yung partial ni y according dito. Pag kukuha mo ng partial ni y, yan, sunod-sunod na to. Pero I think you would appreciate this kapag in-apply natin dun sa example natin. Okay? So let's go back to sa example natin. I-copy ko lang yung natin, no? So ito yung example natin. Yung mag-copy. Okay? So, rewrite ko na lang. Tamad kasi mag-rewrite, no? So, we have 2xy plus x dx plus x squared plus y dy is equals to 0. So, ito yung form natin. Ngayon, yung unang solusyon natin, step 1, ipasok daw natin dun sa integration ng mdx plus py. So, ito ay considering na i-prove na natin na exact siya, no? And then, dito magiging siyang integral of df is equals to integral of 2xy plus x dx plus constant of integration y. Okay? Next step is kunin muna natin yung value ng f. Okay? So, mula dito, integral ng df is f. Okay? And then dito, once na sinasolve mo siya, kung ano lang yung nanditong variable, let's say x to, no? Ibig sabihin, yung nasa loob niya, treated as constant yung y. So, hindi mo siya isasama dun sa integration mo. Okay? So, pwede mo siyang ilabas. So, ano mangyayari dun sa equation natin? Pwede natin paghiwalayin. So, magiging siyang 2xy dx tapos x dx. Okay? Pinaghiwalay ko lang plus yung phi ng y. Okay? Then, solve natin to. This will be yung 2y, which is dito constant siya, no? Pwede natin ilabas. Pwede siyang maging 2y x dx. Then ito, wala naman siyang constant na iba. So, copy ko lang. Ayan. And then, perform your integration. So, f is equals to 2y times x squared over 2 integration on plus x squared over 2 plus phi y. Okay? So, ito magka-cancel out. So, meron tayong value ng f ngayon na x squared y plus x squared over 2 plus phi of y. Okay? So, ito yung pinapakuha sa step 1. Yung value pa lang ng f. Okay? So, question muna dito. Nag-integrate pa lang tayo ng value ng function natin. Kasi ito yung magiging solution natin for the function. Ngayon, ang kasunod na step is to get yung value ng constant of integration natin na phi y. Okay? Okay, so let's proceed. Ayan, so ito yung ano natin, no? Ayan, yun yung solution natin dito para sa step 1. Step 2 is according dun sa ating step, no? According dito, step 2 natin is obtain daw natin yung partial ni f with respect to y. So meron tayo di ba nakuha ang f, kukunin natin yung partial derivative niya in terms ni y. And then pag nakuha daw natin yun, i-equate natin siya dun sa value ng n natin. So dito, meron tayong f, okay? Then kukunin natin yung partial derivative ni f with respect to y. Okay? So ano mangyayari? Ba't blurred? Ayan. So, pag ito, ginawa natin yung partial derivative niya, ano mangyayari dito sa mga functions natin? Ano mangyayari kay x? Where?
Magiging constant.
Okay? So, ano yung partial derivative ngayon ni f with respect to y? Yung first term muna, ano yung magiging partial derivative nito? With respect to y. So, x squared. Okay? Yung second term, ano yung partial derivative niya with respect to y?
Yan pa rin.
Wala siyang kasamang y, no? So, kung constant lang to, what should be the value?
Zero.
Okay,
Zero
0
po.
dapat, no? And then yung last term natin, so phi y, so in terms siya ng y, so pwedeng sabihin na lang natin na derivative, so phi prime y tayo. Okay? Once nakuha daw natin yan, rewrite ko lang, no? I-equate daw natin yan doon sa value ng n natin. And ano yung value ng n natin? According dito, sa equation natin, ang n natin is, ano? Ito, no? X squared plus y. Nawala yung pointer ko. Okay? Ayan. So, equate natin sa nawawala. Wait lang ha. Lolo ko yung ano ko. X squared plus y. Okay? So, once ganyan na yan, magiging siyang x squared plus vy is equals to x squared plus y. So, pwede mo i-cancel out ngayon yung pwede i-cancel. So, pag yung x squared, tinranspose natin, magka-cancel out yun. Now, we are left out with vy is equals to y. Okay? And doon tayo, pupunta tayo doon sa next step natin. Yung step 3 natin is ito, no? Yung phi prime y natin, equate daw natin or equivalent siya sa d phi over dy, no? So parang ano lang din yan, y prime equal siya sa y dy over dx. Okay? Pero dito, in term, ang independent variable nga natin ay si y. Okay? So, i-change natin ngayon sa step 3 na gano'n. Okay? So, dito, step 3 is we have phi y. So, equal siya sa d phi over dy. So, yung ating d phi, malfunction ng ano ko, no? D phi over dy is equals to yung ating na-calculate na y. Okay? Then next, gagawin mo, cross-multiply mo y dy. And then ang next natin is, according dun sa step 3, is to integrate, no? Kung ano man yung nakuha nating function dun sa kabila in terms ni y, and i-integrate natin to sa d phi. Okay? So dito, integrate natin. So integrate natin to. So we have phi is equals to ano integration ng y dy?
Y squared over 2 pa.
Y squared over.
Y squared over 2. Okay? So yan yung value ng phi natin. Ngayon yung number 4 natin is, ang sabi, substitute lang natin yung value ng phi dito sa formula na f plus phi is equals to c para makuha natin yung required solution natin for the problem. Okay? So, yung f natin, ano ang value niya? Ito, no? Okay? And then yung phi natin, yun yung na-calculate natin dun sa step 3. So, lagay natin dito, f plus phi is equals to c. So, ano man yung value ng f mo dito, which is x squared y plus x squared over 2. So, x squared y plus x squared over 2. And then yung phi, sa substitute na natin. So, that plus y squared over 2 is equals to c. So, simplify lang yung equation. Multiply natin ng 2 para walang function, walang fraction. So, we have 2x squared y plus x squared plus y squared is equals to 2 times c is pwede nating sabihin c na lang din. Ano? Kasi that is any value. So, pag dinimes natin ng 2, that is just multiple nung any value na yan. Okay? So, once you have that, this will be your final answer for this problem. Example problem. Okay? So, ayan. We are following 4 steps to be able to get for the solution ng problem natin. Question po. Okay? So now let's start with other problems. Okay? So, yeah. So, first one, solve daw natin tong equation na to. We have 3xy squared dx plus 3x squared y plus 4y squared dy is equals to 0. So, anong value ng m? Anong value ng
3xy squared po.
So, ito yung value ng m natin and ito yung ating n. Okay? So, laging una mong perform is yung test for exactness, no? So, partial ni m muna tayo with respect to y. Laging kay y ang kasama ni m, ha? Para sa partial derivative. So, kunin ko muna pala yung m natin. So, m natin is equals to 3xy squared. So, partial ni m with respect to y, what will be the answer?
6x.
6xy po.
6xy. Okay? Kasi that is y squared, no? So, this is siyang ganito, no? Ayan. So, pag binaba mo yung 2, magiging 3x times 2, tapos y, 2 minus 1 times 1. Kaya may y pa din. Okay? Next, yung sa n. Is equal siya sa 3x squared y plus 4y squared. So, partial ni m with respect to x. Yung first term muna tayo. Sorry. This is n. First term muna. Ano yung sagot?
3x squared.
Considered as constant si 3y, no? So, magigitong 3y x squared plus 4y squared. Kasi nga, in terms na x lang ang kailangan natin. So, ano yung magiging value ng first term? Derivative nun. 6.
X.
So, 6xy, no? Yung second term,
0.
okay. So, that is 0. Kasi that is in terms ng y, pero partial derivative ng x tayo. So, treated as constant to. So, and derivative ng constant is 0. Okay? So, we have 6xy. So, since partially m with respect to y is equals to sa partial of n with respect to x, therefore, yung differential equation natin is exact. Okay? Ayan. So, na-prove natin na exact siya, so pwede natin gamitin yung step natin. Okay? So, first step tayo. So, integration ng df is equals to integration ng m dx plus phi y. Okay? Then, substitute na lang yung value ng m. So, df is equals to integration ng 3xy squared dx plus phi y. Okay? Then perform natin yung integration. So we have f is equals to, ano yung integration ng first term? So dito, in x siya. So yung 3y squared mo, pwede mo ilabas. No? So pwede natin galing 3y squared x dx plus phi y. Okay? So simplify mo ngayon, what will be our integration ng first term? So yung coefficient, copy lang natin, multiplied by integration ng x dx is
X squared over 2.
okay, x squared over 2 plus integration ng phi y is ano pala yan, nasa labas na yan, ano? So phi y na lang to, copy lang natin yung phi y. Okay? Then let's simplify this. We have 3 halves x squared y squared plus phi y. So yun yung value ng f natin for the first step. Okay? Next step. Step 2 is to get yung partial derivative ni f with respect kay y. Okay? So the first term natin, ano yung magiging value natin? Kung partial derivative ni f in terms ni y, so ibig sabihin constant to. Si y lang yung de-derive natin. So what will be our answer? So pwede natin copy yung coefficient niya. Okay? And then yung derivative ng y squared ay 2y. Okay? Yan yung first term natin. Then second term natin will be derivative ng phi prime y. Okay? Simplify. We have 3x squared y plus phi y. This is our partial of f, partial ni y. Okay? Anong next step? Anong next step natin? Pag nakuha natin ah, yung partial ni f with respect to y, anong kasunod pong gagawin natin?
I-equate po sa value nung n.
Yes, correct, no? So, ano nangyari? Okay? Okay, so yung next step natin is to equate the function dun sa ating n, no? So, let me reduce lang yung size nito, no? Para magkasya. Okay, so next step natin is yung partial ni f with respect to y, equate natin sa n. Okay? Meaning, yung 3x squared y plus phi y, equate natin sa 3xy squared plus 4y squared. Okay? And kapag tinranspose natin yung isang term, cancel out siya. So we are left out with phi y is equals to 4y squared. Ito pala ay kasama pa din sa step 2, no? Kasi ang step 3 natin is yung i-change yung phi prime y natin into d phi over dy. Okay? So, yun yung nakuha nating sa step 2. Sa step 3 natin, yung phi y natin, equate natin sa d phi over dy. Okay? So, d phi over dy is equals to 4y squared. Cross multiply natin, d phi is equals to 4y squared dy. Then perform natin yung integration. So this is phi is equals to, anong integration nitong side na to? 4y squared is,
Y lang po. Tama po ba yung lalabas yung 4y squared tapos i-integrate lang yung dy?
hindi, no? Kasi naka-dy siya, so hindi treated as constant si 4y squared. So pwedeng ilabas si 4 lang, no? Si 4 yung pwede mong ilabas, and then y squared dy. Ano ang integration ng y squared dy?
Y
Okay, so y cube, no? Y cube over 3. Okay, so this is 4/3 y cube. Okay? And so last step natin, yung fourth step natin is f plus phi is equals to c. Ang f natin is ito, no? Okay? Ito kasi, ito na din yun, ano? Itong phi na to. So, 3/2 x squared y squared plus yung phi natin is 4/3 y cube is equals to c. Okay? So ito pwede na to as your final answer. Pero kung gusto mo, medyo ayaw mong may fraction, multiply mo by 6. So this will be 9x squared y squared plus 8y cubed is equals to c. So this is our solution dun sa problem. Okay? So bakit sa 6? Para ma-eliminate po ito, no? Yun yung common factor or common term na pwede natin, common number na pwede natin multiply or divide sa 2 and 3 na magbibigay ng whole number. Okay, question? Yes. Question po.
Oo.
Okay? Sige. So, yung mga example na kinuha ko, medyo may hirap tong example na to, no? Pero yun din naman yung hinahanap ng estudyante. So, I hope maano natin, maintindihan natin. So, sige. So, let's have this one. We have 2xy minus secant squared x dx. Tapos x squared plus 2y dy is equals to 0. Ayan, may trigonometric function. Natakot na naman agad tayo, no? So, identify muna natin yung m at n natin. So, ito yung m, ito yung n natin. So, always start with the test for exactness muna tayo. Okay? So, partial ni m with respect to y is equals to 0. Ay, is equals to, anong magiging answer natin? Yung first term muna. What will be the first term? Ito po yung m natin. Ano? M is equals to 2xy minus secant squared x.
2x lang po.
Okay? 2x. Yung second term,
2x din po.
0.
0. Okay? Kasi that is in terms ni x. No? Dapat in y lang. So this is 2x lang. Then for n, we have x squared plus 2y. Partial ni n with respect to y. X, sorry. So ano mangyayari ngayon? First term is
2x.
2x. Second term ay
0.
0.
0 po.
Okay? So this is 2x. So since m and n with respect dun sa mga partial derivative nila ay equal, therefore eksakto. Okay? Ngayon, perform natin yung yung apat na step. Okay? So we have yung first step natin, integral of df is equals to integral of m dx plus phi y. Okay? So df is equals to 2xy minus secant squared x dx plus phi y. So f is equals to, what will be the integration of first, ano natin? First term. Ano integration nitong 2xy? So simplify natin, ano? So since dx to, pwede natin labas si 2y x dx minus secant squared x dx plus phi y. Okay? So ano yung magiging integration ng first term? 2y times integral of x dx.
X squared over 2.
X squared
X squared over 2.
Okay. So x squared over 2 po, hindi 0. Okay? And integration ng secant squared x. May direkta ba yan? So once you check your integration formula, meron po yan. That is equivalent to tangent x. Okay? Plus phi y. So yan yung value ng ating f. Simplify lang natin. We have f is equals to x squared y minus tangent of x plus phi y. Okay? Next step. Kunin natin si partial ni f with respect to y. What will be our first term? Ito, derivative nito with the partial derivative in y. Ano po?
X squared lang po.
X
Squared
squared.
lang po.
Yung second term,
Zero po ba?
okay,
Zero.
0 plus phi y. Okay? Kung nakuha natin yan, equate daw natin sa n. Okay? Equate natin sa n. Ang value ng n natin is x squared plus 2y. So, x squared plus phi phi is equals to x squared plus 2y. Mangyayari sa x squared natin will be eliminated. So, makukuha natin is phi is equals to 2y. Okay? Step 3. So, yung phi natin, equivalent yan sa d phi over dy. So, d phi over dy is equals to 2y plus multiply, that is 2y dy. Then, integrate. We have phi is equals to, ang integration nito?
Y squared.
Okay? Y squared. Okay? Then sa next step or last step, f plus phi is equals to c. So f natin is kung ito, no? So x squared y minus tangent x plus yung value ng x squared ng phi natin, y squared is equals to c. So kung wala nang pwedeng simplify, and this is our answer for this problem. Okay? Question po?
Sir, saan po nanggaling yung x squared over?
Ito? Alin yung question mo?
Doon po sa may SM. Opo, yan.
Come again?
Saan po nanggaling yung x squared over 2? Yan pong part po na nakabilog, sir.
Yun, ito. Integration ng x dx. Integral of x dx.
Okay po, sir.
Okay? So, yeah. Okay, next. We have, ayan, medyo complicated na function, ano? E raised to 2y minus y cosine of xy dx plus 2x e 2y minus x cosine xy plus 2y dy is equals to 0. Okay? So, ito yung m natin. Ito yung n. So, test for exactness. So, m is equals to e 2y minus y cosine of xy. So, partial of m with respect to y, what will be our answer? Ano yung first term natin? Derivative ng e or exponent is eu du, no? Since that is in terms ni y, so that is e2y times 2. Okay? Next term. Next term natin is a product of two function. May y tayo tsaka cosine xy. Pero treated as constant yung cosine, yung x na variable dito. So parang ano lang yan, y times cosine y. Pero kailangan natin ng derivative ng product. Okay? So, sa derivative ng product, let's say meron tayong y cosine of xy. Ito gawin nating u, ito gawin nating v. Okay? And ang uv natin is equals to u dv plus v du. Okay? So ano ba yung ating if u is equals to y, ang du natin is dy. Okay? If v is equals to cosine xy, ano ang derivative ng cosine? Negative
Sign.
sine xy. And then derivative ng xy, since partial derivative tayo, treated as constant si x, so ano yung multiply natin? Times x lang. Okay? So ito is negative x sine xy. Okay? So substitute dito sa formula, this is y times negative x sine xy plus v cosine xy times du natin, which is dy. Okay? Or dito, since in terms ni y tayo, si dy is equal to 1. Okay? So ito will be negative xy sine xy plus cosine of xy. Okay? So yun yung nakamultiply dito. Okay? Simplify lang natin. We have 2e2y plus xy sine xy minus cosine of xy. Okay? Yan pa lang yung partial derivative natin sa m. So, m pa lang na pa-partial derivative natin. Okay? Next, partial derivative tayo ni n. N natin is equals to 2x e2y minus x cosine xy plus 2y. Okay? Partial ni n with respect to x. So, ano mangyayari dito sa first term? What will be our answer? Ito. So, in terms ni x tayo, ibig sabihin si e2y is constant. Okay? Tapos derivative lang ng 2x na pupunin mo. So, that is, derivative ng 2x is 2. Okay? Minus. So, meron ulit tayong product, no? So, x cosine xy. Okay? So, magle-let ulit tayo na bawa ito u, then ito yung ating v. So, u is equals to x. So, ang du natin is equals to 1 or dx, no? Or v is equals to cosine xy. This will be dv is equals to negative sine xy. Then si x yung constant, so times y na lang to. So, uv is equals to u dv minus v du. Okay? So, x times, this is negative y sine xy. So, negative y sine xy minus v natin is cosine xy times du is 1. So, we have negative xy sine xy minus cosine xy. Okay? Yun yung lalagay natin dito sa taas. xy sine xy minus cosine xy. Okay? Simplify, we have 2e2y plus xy sine xy plus, ano ba? Cosine, sine, negative, negative. Meron ba akong maling, ano? uv is negative xy sine xy minus udv. VDU. So, ito, no? Na mali yung sign ko dito. It should be VDU. So, positive naman to. So, this should be positive. Okay? So, ito that should be negative. Okay? So, question is M with respect to Y equal to N with respect to X? Equal ba sila?
Yes.
Yes po.
2y, no? xy sine xy, then negative x to. So they are equal, therefore sila ay exact. Okay? Now kung exact siya, ayun na. Continue natin doon sa ano natin, sa step natin. So, sorry. So, insert tayo ng bagong slide. Okay? So, first step natin is df is equals to mdx plus phi y. Okay? So, df natin is equals to, ano yung m natin? So, copy ko na lang po yung nasa kabilang slide. e2y minus y cosine of xy dx plus py. So, this is f is equals to, this will be, distribute ko na, no? So, in terms tayo ng x, so lahat ng may y is constant. So, e2y dx minus what will be yung integration nito? So, y cosine of xy dx. Okay? Plus phi y. And so, let's integrate. Yung first term muna. This is e2y times x. Okay? Integration ng dx. Minus. Ito, meron tayong integration of cosine y cosine xy dx. Okay? So, kung meron tayo halimbawang cosine u, okay, let natin na u is equals to xy. Okay? Ano ang du niyan? That is, kung in terms tayo ni x, so treated as constant si y. So, this is y dx. Okay? So, kung meron tayong cosine u du, so that is cosine of xy, then du natin is y dx. So, is that the same nito? So, pwede natin pagsamahin itong dalawa, di ba? So, cosine xy, so ito yon y dx. If integration ng cosine u du, what will be the answer? Sa direct integration formula natin. Ano yung answer? That is equal to, integration ng cosine is
Negative sign.
Sin U po.
negative sign,
Positive sign. Positive po.
positive. Okay? So, sine xy. Okay? And then plus phi y. Okay? So, simplify lang natin. This is x e2y minus sine xy plus phi y. Again, itong equation na to is ito yun, ano? Na-satisfy niya yung cosine u du. Kaya pag na-rearrange, that is just integration ng cosine u du. Okay? Next, partial ni f with respect to y. So, si x will be treated constant. So, ano yung magiging value ng first term? That is x times e2y times 2. No? Kasi constant to, hindi siya derivative ng product. Constant yung x eh. No? So, parang e2y lang yan, yung dinederive mo. Which is constant yung x, kaya kinapi lang natin. Okay? Minus. Ano yung derivative ng sine xy with respect to y? So that is cosine xy. As yung nasa loob niya, xy, de-derive natin with respect to y. So times x. Okay? Plus p prime y. So partial ni f with respect to y, that is 2x e2y minus x cosine xy plus phi y. Okay? Anong next step dito? Equate natin sa n. Okay? So we have 2x e2y minus x cosine of xy plus phi py is equals dun sa value ng n natin, which is from our previous slide. Sulat ko na lang po. Tingnan ko lang yung. That is equals to 2x e2y minus x cosine xy plus 2y. Okay? So, pag tinranspose yung first term, this will cancel out. Ito will cancel out. So, matitira tayo with phi y, phi prime y is equals to 2y. Okay? Step 3, si phi prime y is equals to d phi over dy. So, d phi over dy is equals to 2y. So, d phi is equals to 2y dy. Integrate natin both side. So, that is phi is equals to y squared. Okay? And so, last natin sa number 4, that is f plus phi is equals to c. Okay? F natin is x e2y minus sine xy. Then yung phi natin will be y squared is equals to c. So this will be our final equation o yung solution natin dito sa problem na to. Okay? Ayan. So medyo challenging lang siya kapag hirap ka mag-differential calculus, ano? Kaya practice po. Okay? Question? Question sa atin, meron?
Wala po.
Ako.
Wala po.
Okay? So, ayan. So, okay. So, at this moment, siguro medyo maguguluhan kayo pag inintroduce ko pa yung linear and Bernoulli, no? So, I will upload yung continuation ng video later na lang. So, please view that later. Tapusin ko lang yung lecture lahat ngayong morning, no? And then, ayun. Kasama po sa exam yung linear and Bernoulli. Okay? Kasi we don't have time na less than 15 minutes na lang. Okay? So, if you don't have question regarding sa exact equation, pakita ko lang yung gagawin natin sa linear. So, si linear, ayan, meron siya sinusunod din na general form and then meron din tayong step na susundin. Okay? After lang ma-discuss to, we will solve examples. 3 examples din yan. And then, we start with Bernoulli na meron din siyang sariling form. Okay? Si Bernoulli, kapag nakarating ka na dun sa step 3 o sa step 4, babalik ka na dun sa linear, sa solution mo sa linear equation. Okay? Then solve tayo ng 3 pang example. Okay? And then, yeah, that ends our scope for midterm.